Serkis!
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of AJ Talks. After a very long hiatus, we're finally back to bring you a review. Wait a minute, where's Armando? Wait. Who is that? Where did he?
What's up, guys? My name is Andrew, and I will be filling in for Armando now on AJ Talks.
And I'm Jeremy, and as you said, this is AJ Talks. Whoa, who hired you?
Honestly, I just walked in.
Walked into your house? Armando's on maternity leave. He's barely entering his first week. We want to wish him all the luck, all the best. He's still going to be editing these videos, so that's why
Armando.
I have a new co-host. This week, we're going to be giving you a review on It Chapter 2.
We want to remind you guys that there will be no spoilers in this review.
So It Chapter 2 takes place 27 years after It Chapter 1, which is just called It, actually, now that I think about it. Idiot. I made a pun. It follows the characters from the original movie coming back to Derry, Maine, and fighting Pennywise once again.
And now they're 27 years older.
So are these 27-year-old versions of themselves better in any way?
Yes, Mike becomes the guy from the Old Spice commercials.
That is true. I forgot about that. So here at AJ Talks, and then you guys are used to our usual formula of talking about the bad things first. Now that Andrew is my co-host, we're actually going to go with the good, the bad, and the ugly. We're going to start off with the good.
I liked the actors that they chose. This was a really good cast. All of the actors are known for doing great work, and they performed well in this movie for the most part. Another thing I liked was the fact that if you were to take the kids and age them 27 years from the first movie, they probably look like the counterparts in the second.
It's like the casting director took the Face app, aged these kids 27 years older, and then just picked the actors that most look like these kids through the Face app. James McAvoy is Bill, very believable. Bill Hader is Richie, super believable.
That was a good one.
And then his name escapes me, but the older actor they got to play Eddie, that was probably the best one, honestly. Like, in my opinion, like side by side, you would not be able to tell that that dude is not the grown-up version of young
That's
Eddie.
because they actually used his dad.
Alright, so I know we're wearing different clothes. Andrew forgot to charge his batteries for the camera, so it died the other day. That's why this review is so late.
Rookie mistake here. All of that recording in the beginning, the mic was not on. So the audio in this half is going to be 10 times better. So enjoy. So Jeremy, where were we?
We're getting into the comedy part of the good. The comedy was mostly led by Bill Hader's character, Richie. We touched on earlier Bill Hader did really good. His comedic timing was spot on. Almost perfect, I'd say. There was a couple tonal things that happened with the character that I didn't like, but overall the comedy was pretty funny. It got me to laugh a bit.
Eddie, I thought Eddie's funny too. That's a funny character. Him and Bill Hader, like, that's a good pair right there.
That's pretty much it for the good, which
was like 2 things.
Yeah.
3
surprising,
things.
Given the fact that this channel gave It Chapter 1 a 9 last time, and there were a lot to talk about for the first movie, but this second movie, not doing too good so far because we're going to jump into the bad. And there's a bit of bad going on in this movie. Let's start off with pointless character. Holy crap.
Okay. The movie is 80 hours long, and they still do not develop this character. I'm not going to say who.
They bring back
a character, and in the 80 hours, he's pointless. I don't know why they brought him back. Maybe in the extended cut, this guy has a significant role. This guy didn't do anything for me, and if anything, he just pissed me off.
It's like Jar Jar Binks in the original Star Wars, you know? I'm surprised they didn't have him go Misa.
He did, dude. He did at the end.
It's the same actor.
No, but really though, so okay, that character, no point being in there.
It could have been another source of tension. Hell, he could have been another source of comedic relief. I don't know. But they really did not do anything with him. There was a laugh or two with him, but they could just cut him out. It didn't help the movie at all. It was pretty bad. There were 2 other characters that didn't really serve any point. They didn't try to push another character. They didn't help development. They didn't do really anything. It's just this movie at 80 hours long, 3 characters, they sucked. They didn't do anything. Pointless.
Alright, so another part of the bad, the tone shift. Like we touched upon how we thought the movie was really funny, probably the funniest movie I've seen this year, but there were just parts where it didn't blend well. It would go from a funny moment to a very like serious, creepy moment, and it did that like a lot, like too many times, and it didn't have that nice transition like the first one had, where you know it kind of eased some of the tension and then it got kind of creepy again and then kind of just went back and forth.
The humor felt pretty natural. It was just the going between the humor to the creepiness to the tension didn't feel as natural as it did. It felt a lot like they were trying to capture some essence of the first movie. A big part of why the first movie worked is because they were kids. It was a situation of watching these kids make these funny remarks. That's what made it even more funny. It doesn't work as well when they're adults and they're making the same remarks as if they were kids. It kind of throws you off, because as adults you think they should be more mature, they should be able to handle more. That's probably one of the biggest things about this movie, is that they're treating these adult characters like they're still kids. And they're not.
This one part, the adults are like, I'm just gonna leave, fuck this, I'm gonna just leave the city. At least at that part I was like, oh hey, that's thinking like an adult, because I would've just flew my ass out of Derry, like screw that.
I get it, like, adults act like that sometimes, but I feel like when faced with life and death situations as an adult, you don't really joke about it as much as you would if you were a kid.
Alright, next we have The Ugly. Hey! So first off, this is just my opinion. I'm not really a scary movie guy, but this one did not feel as scary and creepy as the first one. I remember in the first one, there were two scenes in particular where I was like, dude, screw this movie. I don't feel safe. One of them was at the library with the portrait. Okay, I was like, fuck this. The second time was when they were doing the projector and he does that, like, and I was like, oh god, like, please stop. They have a bunch of those moments where he's doing his Pennywise thing, like dancing and the screen's moving all weird. This. This movie didn't really have those creepy moments. There were some parts where I was like, okay, that's a little gross.
One of the characters, another character, a main character.
Hey, Mom.
First of all, he reverted. At the end of the last movie, he had some pretty good character development and he had come to terms with something. He experienced growth. In this second movie, he completely backtracked on it and it did not work at all. It was so stupid, man. Why are you going to have a character have that growth and then have him revert back to how he was at the other movie? It felt like this sequel wanted to just do the exact same thing as the first one, but it didn't, and it even made Pennywise less creepy. Pennywise wasn't scary in this movie.
He wasn't doing it for Jeremy.
He was not.
Both of those characters, Jeremy was not satisfied.
I didn't feel the weight of the consequences of this movie. There was no real weight behind it, man. It was like, oh, this happened. Well, okay, who cares? Kind of felt like that. Like, I was sad about it, but then, like the characters, they get over it in like 5 to 10 minutes. And they're all laughing and joking around and having fun and freaking partying.
Ending too, yeah. They're like, oh crap, this movie's 85 hours now. We gotta wrap this thing up, hurry up. They're like, oh here, let's just put this at the end. We didn't read the book, don't beat us up.
Yeah man, book sucks. Anyway.
I might just read the last, well the book is 850 pages too. I might read the last 60 pages to see if that's how they did.
Alright. So it's time to rate this movie. That's one thing we're going to keep from the old ways. We're going to take the movie rating and we're going to give it some sort of significance within the movie. Now, I would give this movie a very solid 5 game tokens out of 10.
5 out of 10?
Yeah, I really don't think it was that good.
Jeez. Is it because I tried to grab some of your popcorn?
Okay.
I tried to get more popcorn from him and he shook his head.
Hey man, that wasn't popcorn you were reaching for.
So my rating for this movie, it was mediocre. I felt like it was pretty long. Honestly, I kind of already forgot it. There were some parts that were cool, other parts of it, yeah. Should you go watch it in theaters? Yeah, you know what, it's fun. I think it's kind of fun. You go with some friends.
Go on AMC's $5 Tuesdays.
After Tequila Tuesday, roll over there.
And then, you know, afterwards go to Taco Bell for Taco Tuesday or some shit like that.
Yeah, just destroy your body and then watch the movie. So Jeremy gave it a 5 out of 10. I'm going to say, I'm a little generous. I'm going to give it 6.5 out of 10.
For me, at least, when I see a thing I don't like in the movie, it tends to ruin the whole movie for me. So I really hated some characters in this movie, so I do not like this movie that much.
I was scared the whole time, so I can't say much. Thanks guys for tuning in. I'm Andrew.
And I'm Jeremy.
And this is AJ Chats.
No, shut the hell up. Damn it, you had one job. Outro. AJ Talk.
That was the good, the bad, and the ugly. I hope you enjoy our first upload back. We hope to see you again. Comment, rate, subscribe. We're going to try to do 2 uploads a week. That is the goal. And I'm really sorry if the editing sucks at first because we're just human beings. And we got kids and we got jobs. And we got wives and we got cars.
Yeah. And then our editor is on vacation, maternity leave, you know.
He's pregnant.
We will be updating with ultrasounds as they come in, but that's all dependent on when he stops drinking.